to measure your own humanity? By the amount of money you've got? Or maybe by the strength of your body? Or maybe by the number of countries you have visited? No, it's how we treat others, especially those in need, makes us great. Today, my guest is someone very special. Please welcome Jill Nee from Binance Charity Foundation. I am sure we will have a great conversation, so let's get started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jill Nee, and I'm now currently the deputy head of the Binance Charity. And I worked in the financial services before for more than 5 years. I serve big, wealthy clients and have always been thinking about the unbanked and underbanked population who are actually unable to receive the formal financial service. And I actually quit my job before and went to business school in the US. And at business school, we had a lot of interactions, and we were thinking about how to using business for a lot of social impact purpose. And also during that time, I get to know Bitcoin and blockchain. And very luckily, I was able to join Binance Charity after that, where we are actually using blockchain to solve a lot of financial inclusion problems. And that is a problem that's very close to my heart. And so here I am at Binance Charity. Yeah, it's kind of a brief introduction about myself.
It's very nice to meet you. I am really honored that you have agreed to talk to me in this interview. But let's start with the questions. And my first question is basically when, and how did you learn about blockchain, about cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it before a little bit. I was at business school, and like at business school, there are a lot of people come and share like what they're doing, a lot of lectures, and so we had people come and share about like what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain, and that is kind of the first interaction I had. And also that I actually went to Yale for my MBA, and Yale is pretty well known for kind of focus on social impact. So many people who came actually shared about blockchain application in social impact, and I really found that it's very amazing of this new technology and the potential of it being able to solve a lot of social issues. So I started to look into more into that field, and that's kind of how I get to know blockchain and Bitcoin. Yes.
And when was it? When was
Um, yes, it was like almost now like 3, 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, because for some people, most of my viewers, most of my people that watch my channel started their adventure in 2017,
Hmm.
and for some people, 2013 is like ancient history. Yeah, because Bitcoin
Yes.
was very cheap. There were not so many alts, but I think I can say that you are more into blockchain than cryptocurrencies, right?
Yes, right. Yes, exactly. I think I start also like 2016, 2017. It's kind of also that kind of the hype. So people are starting to have a lot of discussions. Students are all very interested in it. And yeah, but I wasn't like kind of investing in Bitcoin at that time or doing anything, just like very interested in the technology itself.
Yes, I try to. My main goal of my channel is education, and I always try to tell that to the people that blockchain is the most important thing because it's the real revolution, like the
Mhm.
internet, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's why all the banks and they always say good things about blockchain, but not so good about cryptocurrencies because I
Right.
yeah I don't think banks see blockchain as a threat, but cryptocurrencies is completely different different thing.
Right, yes. Actually, yeah, I think it's not it's true like for people outside of the industry, when they look at cryptocurrency, they will think about a lot of like kind of bad connotations. It's just like how this industry developed. There are truly a lot of people who are just looking for short-term profit. And that's actually what we're trying to kind of change. at Binance Charity, because of course Binance has a focus on cryptocurrency, and not only like of course the technology is great, but we also believe in cryptocurrency itself, and we think it can bring a lot of changes. But the thing is that you will need to change kind of this mindset to be able to push crypto to the mainstream. And that means you need to help people to see what's the true value of crypto and blockchain has. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think there are many things we can do in here.
yes, I completely agree because most of the people who are not in the crypto yet, they see crypto space as full of terrorists and drug
Mhm.
dealers and
Fortunately, but
organized
yes.
crime. But to be honest, some people still believe that US dollar is still backed by gold. So yeah, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And now I wanted to ask you about your Binance adventure because
Mhm.
did it start with Binance Charity or with Binance itself?
I started with Binance Charity. So at that time, I wasn't like particularly looking for a kind of a job in cryptocurrency or blockchain. But I did get to know my boss, current boss, Helen Hai, who is the head of the foundation. And because it's just because that she had a lot of involvement with Africa before, and I was really interested in that continent, about the potential of financial inclusion there, and also a lot of potential for growth. So I was talking to her about her experience and about her kind of vision, and she told me that she's setting up this foundation. I started to know a little bit more about what her vision is, and I'm very attracted by it. And also at that time, I kind of also shifted from not only kind of before I was just focusing on kind of the blockchain technology and have never do not know much about what cryptocurrency can do, but what Helen and what the vision of Binance Charity is. And I started to see that actually, well, yes, cryptocurrency can play a big role here as well. So that's kind of how I got interested and joined Binance Charity.
So Binance Charity is like foundation supported by Binance itself, right?
Yes, right. Yes, but also we do not only get support from Binance. Binance is, of course, our biggest donor and supporter, but also we got a lot of support from the whole crypto industry, I would say. And many projects actually donated and see the value, and they would like to support us to continue our mission.
So can you tell me a bit more about Binance Charity? So your main goals, I guess, is to support people in need, right?
Mhm.
Like you have mentioned
I would say like, yeah.
Africa, maybe I don't know, Venezuela.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say actually, it could be like we believe in the power of crypto and blockchain, and we really want to help people to see the potential of it. So I would say like we're kind of trying out or experimenting of implementing that technology in crypto into the social impact space, and we are trying to also guide the industry into that direction as well. So when we started, we also look at different options, and we decided to start from donation because we see there are a lot of potential there. There actually first there are a lot of issues with the donation process. For a donor, it's really hard to know that where actually your money goes after you donate into a nonprofit, and that's exactly what cryptocurrency and blockchain can come in and help. So we see this is actually a pretty, I would say, a very easy or one of comparatively easy application of crypto and blockchain. So we decided to start from there so we can kind of quickly build up a success case and be able to inspire more ideas and applications around that field. So actually, when we started, we built up a donation platform where you can go to Binance.charity and check to be able to see like for donors they are able to donate on the platform and also donate to projects they like and see kind of how the money has been deployed, how is it being used, and so that has been our main product. And we have been operating mostly in Africa and supporting a lot of people at the kind of, we call them the bottom billion, people who really need the help. And we help them to actually send the donors donations directly to those people and into their hands instead of via any third party. And but I would say, like, for the long term, we are actually looking for more applications apart from just the donation part. We will look to into like kind of microfinance or supporting micro inclusions and many other ideas that comes up, and we found it very exciting. And so we hope to see more coming for Binance Charity, and not only in the donation field.
Yeah, I think the charity is one of the best fields where blockchain solution and crypto solution can be used, because it's fully transparent. You can see,
Yeah.
like you have said, you can see where your money goes. You can see how efficient it is used, because I know some charity foundations eat up to, I don't know, 90, even now 90%. 90% of the money go to the foundation itself, not to the people
Right.
they want to help. So, and I find it pretty ridiculous. So I think it's
Right.
yeah, I think it's a great move.
I think also this is an issue that is like many people have heard about charity scandals. So when you talk about this to even an kind of outsider or people who is not in the crypto blockchain, they can quickly get the idea. So that's why that kind of we chose this, because we think we want to help people to see the kind of the value and be able to kind of think about the good side of crypto and blockchain, and see the kind of what value it can bring to the existing issues.
And what is the response from the community? Do you get positive response? Do you get more and more donors or benefactors?
Yes, yes, exactly. I think we got a lot of support, and from the donor side, we have many now. We count. I think it's more than like 50 or so crypto projects that have donated on our platform. And there are also like a lot of like anonymous donations that we cannot really track where like who it comes from. But there are many people and many donors that are coming and donate. And from the end beneficiary side, we are also making a lot of progress. Actually, we just started the first kind of donation project starting the beginning of this year, and it's only like 10, 11 months, and we are currently reaching 100,000 and beneficiaries. And also on the ground, when we are working with those people at the beginning, they're kind of also like very worried or not sure about this new model of receiving like in cryptocurrency. But now that we see it's increasingly easier also to be able to tell people about what we are doing and help them to actually get involved in the projects. So definitely a lot of progress.
Right. And mm, one more question about it. Do you have any problems with the regulators, with the governments? Do they try to, I don't know, stop you, control you, or
Mhm.
crypto space is safe haven for charity foundations?
So actually, like, this is kind of one of the criteria that we are looking at when we are trying to pick a charity project, because I think the government support is definitely very important, because we're doing charity. We don't want like the charity project to be stopped by the government if they're not comfortable with the model we are working on it. It's not a good thing for the end beneficiaries, because they cannot just receive donations for today and then they stop getting it tomorrow. It's actually even worse than probably better never deliver that to them. So that's kind of our kind of mandate. And actually, when we started from Uganda in Africa, and it's because when we actually had many conversations with the president office, with the regulator there, and they actually are very welcoming this new technology, and actually welcomed us to go into get into the country and also set up the charity projects there. So that's kind of how we started, and we really appreciate this relationship, and be able it also helped us to actually carry out the projects and be able to expand it around the country. So I think still we don't want to be someone who is we try to work with the government. I think it's pretty important to also understand the needs of the government and collaborate with them instead of kind of coming and say I'm a disruptor of what you're doing. And yes, this is our approach.
Yeah, my idea is that the governments should do everything in their power to help you, because you try to help poor people, yeah. And if governments
Yes.
do not realize it, it's very bad, because there are poor people
Yeah,
around.
but of course, I think it's still cryptocurrency is kind of many government are trying to be cautious about it. We can see the reason why it is like this behind. So I think there still needs a lot of kind of education or a conversation going on for the government to be able to see that. Also, I think many governments are studying and see how they can kind of benefit from this new technology, but also to be able to control the risk and protect their citizens.
Yeah, and it's not like the criminals or drug dealers will try to support the charity with their
Yes.
dirty money. And even if they did, I think it should be okay, because it goes to the people in need. So so even if those cryptocurrencies or even fiats are dirty, they should be you should be allowed to use them to help people, because the goals
Yeah.
are very good. All right, let's move to another question. And I wanted to ask you if you invest in cryptocurrencies yourself. Do you have like your own cryptocurrencies?
Yes, I do hold some cryptocurrencies, but I probably won't. It's not like a huge amount, so I probably won't call it like an investing it. I just bought some bitcoins before. I of course have some Binance coins, and those I just buy and hold. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess yeah, I'm not saying I'm a huge investor myself, like institutional one, but it's good to have some bitcoins. Yeah.
Yes, 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 definitely. I see that it will be like I still believe in cryptocurrency, so I believe it will have it will be a good investment.
Yeah. Next thing I wanted to ask you is about conferences, about meetings.
Mhm.
Do you travel around the world, or I forgot to ask? Uh, to be honest, where do you live? Is it the United States, or is it Europe, or maybe you travel every day is another country?
Yeah, I travel a lot. Like, of course, I go to Africa a lot because of our projects there. I like currently I'm in the US. I was traveling for conferences. I was in San Francisco for a blockchain conference recently. Yes, in this space that there's so many happening, and and also people are everywhere around. I could see this is a most international global industry actually. So you have to go and sometimes for us we have to go and meet different people at different locations. Yeah, I do travel, go to a lot of conferences.
Any special favorite ones, or you just
Um, I would say like of course consensus the like every year is the biggest event that's happening. You can see a lot of people coming from different backgrounds and in this or like from different focuses. I was there in New York May this year for consensus. I would say like I would be looking more, of course, like at how what are the panel if there is any discussions on like blockchain for the social impact, and I'm very excited to see that it's actually increasing in kind of interest. Actually, in the recent ones, I went to it's called Blockchain Expo in San Francisco. It's mostly for kind of like you can see a lot of enterprises going there talking about the technology using blockchain in their maybe supply chain or other applications. But I'm also very excited to see that one of the panels I was on was talking about blockchain for a kind of greater good, and it actually had a lot of attractions at that panel, and many people are tweeting about it, and they said they really liked how the discussions went. So I'm very excited to see that these are also gaining more attention around the blockchain for impact topics in many conferences and events that I see.
Yeah, to be honest, I think crypto community is the best, one of the best things in crypto space. I like to travel. However, I travel in Poland mostly. I've never been to a crypto conference in outside of Poland. But however, I have decided to go to the UK and to go to the Malta Blockchain Summit next year because I think those are great. Maybe somewhere.
Yeah. I think because we are still at an early stage of the technology or blockchain or crypto, so I think like conversation is very important. And at the conferences, you are able to meet people who have very exciting ideas, very exciting projects that are working on, and it's very also like for what we are doing, we try to find more partners and trying to kind of leverage all the resources to be able to achieve a bigger impact. So yeah, I like to meet new people with new ideas.
Yes, I have heard the saying that when you meet people, you should assume that everyone you meet has something interesting thing to say, and it's basically true for crypto also because I meet a lot of people and we exchange ideas, we exchange information, and it's very good. So, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about social media like Twitter, like YouTube, like Facebook. Maybe do you have your own Twitter account? Do you watch Twitter or read some tweets? Do you have another question? Do you have any favorite Twitter profiles?
Yes, I do have my own Twitter, but actually I'm not like very active. I'm like I just I would say like my favorite that's of course CZ because he spends so much time on Twitter. He's kind of tweeting almost every hour or maybe every minute or so. So he has like a very good conversation or interaction with the whole community, and I really admires that ability because sometimes I felt like I don't have enough time to actually like engage with all the people that on Twitter, and so I was just kind of sharing what we are doing at Binance Charity and kind of my personal thoughts when I meet like new people, but yeah, but yes, if I think like sometimes I'll just like read CZ's Twitter posts and I will know like what's going on there. I think it's definitely like as CZ might have said that before, but like Twitter is kind of the new kind of media for the crypto space, and it's also a tool for him to understand what the users are thinking about and thinking about where the company is actually, what the changes we need, how we make it the product better, and so on and so forth. Um, so I can see that I try to hope that I can put more efforts into Twitter and use it that more often.
Yeah, once you do it, it's hard to stop. Yeah, I have started using Twitter like 1.5 years ago, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's but sometimes it becomes a mess. Sometimes it's hard to find the information because when you or
Right.
watch a lot of people, then sometimes it's very hard to find the information itself. But yes, CZ is very active. Yeah, I can say
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
And
know
I
him in
also
person?
follow.
Sorry, do you know
Uh-huh.
him in person? Did you meet
Yes.
him in real
Yes.
life?
Yes. But not a lot. But yes, I know CZ in person, of course. And yeah, he's a great guy. And yeah. And I would say like also on Twitter, I actually follow many of like kind of more on the social impact side, traditional NGOs, like for example United Nations, and trying to just get to understand more about kind of what the traditional world are thinking, and also kind of the newer movements, and also thinking about what how we can come in and help and to solve some of the challenges that they see. So I don't follow a lot of people. As you said, there might be an overwhelm of information when you have too many on the phone. So you just follow kind of the either the KOLs or like the key person who can actually kind of you will get what you need from there. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's leave crypto behind us, leave blockchain behind us, I wanted to ask you about your hobbies. Do you have any hobbies, things you like to do when you are not in in charity, when you are not in crypto, in blockchain?
Yes, so I like taking photos. So I used to be like a student photographer when at school. I just love to like capture the kind of the moment, especially the moment of joy and happiness. So and also like I think it's kind of connected to my work now as when I travel to the Africa and to our projects, I always take my camera with me so I can kind of capture and show people how actually what's the situation like on the ground and to see kind of the if there's any progress we're making and and I yeah I hope like because we actually many people are saying that oh we do not see a lot after the donations are made, what are the impacts, how their lives are affected. So we sometimes we will send some photos on Twitter, also on the accounts too. So on social media to share. And I'm very excited that I will be able to contribute on that together with my hobby. And also like I love traveling and I love like kind of hiking to wherever I go. I just like to immerse with the nature. I think it's really an amazing kind of you can also kind of think look back and just when you are kind of immersed in nature, you start to thinking about many other things and not just about work. And sometimes you'll have some amazing thoughts coming out uh, when um, when hiking in mountains or kind of yeah, so I usually take advantage when I was traveling to conferences. So I will try to kind of set a day apart so that I can just either walk around or go and see yeah some of the nature parts.
Yes, it's very important because when we leave the noise behind and we stay in
Right.
contact with the nature, we can quiet ourselves. We can, just like you said, we can think about things that we
Mhm.
don't normally think. That's very
Right.
important.
Yes.
Like I said, I go, I go to the forest. I basically like to
Mhm.
walking in the forest and I recharge my batteries. I reset my my settings and then I can fight one more day. It's very important. All right,
Right. Right. Yes.
let's. To be honest, it's the last question I have about your own plans. But I will have
Mhm.
two questions because I want to ask you about what do you think about the future of cryptocurrencies of blockchain? Do you
Mhm.
think it will expand and it will be everywhere, or maybe
Mhm.
just it will just I don't know stay like some niche or
I hope and I think that it will be everywhere. And because I do believe that blockchain could be the next internet. And there are many benefits. And also I see there are many like kind of positive signs, especially like from kind of the government point of view. There are a lot of government that are looking at the cryptocurrency and they're thinking about issuing like central bank cryptocurrency and they are looking at the blockchain technology. So I think yes, crypto will become more mainstream, but and I do see that like regulators may be playing a bigger and bigger role in that to be able to push it and also make it more kind of regulated, and so that it can also serve their own needs. So I don't think that the current cryptocurrency will take over like fiat money, but it will be a very good complement or for the fiat and be used in many situations and to bring like more efficiency to the current kind of value transfer system.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
banks will have to evolve, especially get rid of this fractional reserve system. And yes, I agree with you. It's not like it will. Maybe it will replace money someday, but I think it's we need a very huge crisis for that because some people
Mm.
still believe that U.S. dollar or fiat currencies are the best solution and the best way to use money. So
Mhm.
The best example for crypto power is try to send some fiat currencies to the other country and see how much it will cost you.
Yes, true. But of course, on that point, many kind of governments have their own foreign exchange or foreign currency policies, where they still want to maintain some control of their kind of their currency, and it's pretty hard to actually like to replace what is existing right now. Yeah, but I think as the governments, when they're trying to understand more about currency and when they see the more benefits, there will be some changes coming up.
Yes, I completely agree. All right. My last question about your plans, your future plans.
Mhm.
Where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Yeah, I hope I can still keep doing what I'm doing, and I do think this is long term. I don't 5 years. I can still be doing this, and because I think it's as I think it's there. As we're doing, we're like kind of a year for the Binance Charity Foundation right now, and there are many obstacles on the ground. There's kind of lack of infrastructure. You need a lot of education, and so like it's it's not an easy work that can be done in like 1 year or two or something. But I can also see myself as we are trying to expand and trying to look at different more angles to use blockchain and crypto for like social good, especially kind of in the financial inclusion and microfinance area. Uh, it also could be possible if I find kind of a project that I like so much that I want to kind of deep dive and get more involved in one particular project. But it will definitely be along the way that to push financial inclusion to help kind of also push for crypto adoption to bring like more efficiency and low cost way for people who do not have the financial services or like it's just too expensive for them for in the current system.
Yeah, it's a huge work ahead of you because Africa have been abused for hundreds of years and you cannot
Mhm.
change it over a year or even I mean
Right, right. Yes, you need a lot of. I think first is a kind of a change of mindset. Like for people, like we are working with many partners. Some like of course like who we partner with get the idea of cryptocurrency, but actually change it and get it this whole new idea in like integrated with their current system takes time and takes kind of education efforts as well.
yes, I completely agree. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Mike.
So let's say goodbye to our viewers and
Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening and bye. Hope to talk to you again.
thank you. And remember, check out the Binance Charity because it's
Yes,
worth supporting.
yes. Cool.